and the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St.Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
Respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game.
It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and A lot of the community here at LCU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. and the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
And we welcome you back to the UMAC here live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Day 3 of the Heartland Conference Tournament here, of course, on the Heartland Conference Sports Network. Game 1 already in the books. Top-seeded Lubbock Christian going on to the championship round. We await the second game of the slate for today. The Lubbock Christian will play the winner of this one. It's University of Arkansas Fort Smith meeting St. Edwards. Sean and Dave have the call courtside. Guys, let's send it over to you.
All right, Drew, thanks so much. David Salzman, Sean Tiemann with you from the UMAC in Tulsa. What a great event it has been since Thursday, and here we are, semifinal Saturday. Game 2, as Drew mentioned, pitting the Cinderellas, St. Edwards, 11-16 overall, but the 6th seed knocking off Texas A&M International in our nightcap on Thursday against the 2 seed in Arkansas, Fort Smith. Fort Smith coming in with a record of 21-8. And the Hilltoppers, again, just 11-16, but looking to move on to the championship game tomorrow.
Well, St. Edwards, not a real deep team, just 7 played a couple of days ago in the win over Texas A&M International, 71-65. The key, once again, will be for them, can they hit perimeter jump shots? St. Edwards, 11 of 20 from three-point land. That's really why they won the game against the Dust Devils in the opening round.
St. Edwards, not a great shooting team overall from beyond the arc, 27%, and struggled mightily with their shooting in their 2 losses to Arkansas Fort Smith during the regular season. Fort Smith, a really deep team, only one player who averages in double figures in scoring, and that's Jasmine Brainerd.
Well, they had to kind of grind out their opening round win in the quarterfinals over a Newman team that struggled offensively. 61-52 the final there. Fort Smith held them to 39% shooting. Jazz Brainerd, one of the better players in the conference. In fact, first team all Heartland Conference this season. At a forward spot, hit 4 of 10 shots and step out, shoot the three a little bit. 12 points, 9 rebounds. She had 6 of those 9 on the offensive glass. That's a big part of her game.
Fort Smith defensively, they love to bring the pressure, and so a lot of pressure perhaps on the only true ball handler for St. Edwards, and that's Shakira Barnes.
Well, Shakira Barnes is going to have a better game if they're to advance the championship tomorrow to take on number 1 ranked Lubbock Christian. Barnes shot at just 3 of 12 in the first round, went over International. From 3, only 1 attempt. She needs more volume of 3-point shots, I think. 3 of 4 at the foul line, had just 9 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. While that's nice, she had 9 turnovers. Can't turn it over that many times if you're a second-team all-conference performer like she was this season.
St. Edwards looking to move on to the championship game. Same with Arkansas Fort Smith. If Fort Smith makes it, we'll have 1 versus 2 tomorrow as the number 1 ranked team in the nation. Lubbock Christian awaits the winner of this one. Starting lineups in the tip. To come here after we're introduced to our starting lineups now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time to read today's starting lineups. First, the Hilltoppers of St. Edwards. At 1 guard, 6'8" sophomore from Maple Ridge, Canada, number 14, Bailey Jolly. Number 4, 6'1" freshman from Lubbock, Texas, 21, Abby Hopper. At 5'11" junior from Round Rock, Texas, number 30, Keontae Clark. Number 4 is a 5'2" junior from Richland, Texas, number 40, Lexi Lowry. And guard 5'6" junior from Scoop, Texas, 13, Shakira Barnes. Head coach of the Hilltoppers, J.J. Real, assisted by Matt Miner. And now the starting lineup for the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. In the middle, 6'3" senior from Abidjan, Ivory Coast, number 33, Blaine Ward. At a forward, 5'10" senior from Lubbock, Texas, number 32, Jasmine Prater. At 1 guard, 5'10" junior from Huntsville, Texas, number 24, Maya Perry. At 1 guard, 5'9" senior from Saxey, Texas, number 12, Candace Folwell. And the 1 guard, 5'8" senior from Keller, Texas, number 1, Whitney Colbert. Fort Smith, coached by Lewis Wade, assisted by Laura Gunther, and joined the Green Lady. Today's officials, Bill Carter, Larry Johnson, and Leon Burns.
This definitely looks like a matchup, Sean, that would favor Fort Smith. Mentioned the 2 regular season wins for the Lady Lions over the Hilltoppers. And you said in the open, St. Edwards only went 7 deep in their win over A&M International on Thursday. They just have 10 players on the roster. This is a Fort Smith team, on the other hand, coming in 13 players, averaging 9 minutes a game or more.
Well, in Fort Smith, because of what they do defensively, that pressure length of the floor most of the game. See how St. Edwards handles the basketball. Can they make enough jump shots to try to stretch that defense out on the interior once they set up in the half court? We'll see. Big post presence as well. Blandine and Goran in the middle at 6'3", 6'4". Alters a lot of shots. Barnes doesn't want to get so deep in there that she's tangled among the bigs for Fort Smith. We'll see how she handles the pressure defensively. Going to have a better game in terms of limiting her turnovers and also make good decisions on shot selection.
St. Edwards has been a loose group, seemed loose in their win Thursday. They were here enjoying themselves last night watching the St. Edwards men knock off A&M International, and we'll see them in our first semifinal to come on the men's side. But talking to Hilltopper head coach J.J. Real, she said all day her team has been locked in. They'll need to be if they want to pull off the upset here. Fort Smith with the ball first. Nagoran working on Keontae Clark. Maya Perry, cut off by Fothery. And Nagoran from long range off the mark. Haley Jolly the board. St. Edwards coming in 62 points a game. Fort Smith allowing 62 a contest. Barnes out to Fothery. Those were so key in their win over A&M International on Thursday. The threes from the junior from Richmond, Texas.
Fothery, a little feathery touch there from three. We saw her hit some yesterday. She could be an X factor offensively. 18 points in the first round win, scoring the basketball. She's going to continue to have to hit shots for St. Ed's to advance.
Yep, she was 4 of 6 in that win over International. Perry. Fort Smith head coach Lewis Horton telling us all season long, our team shoots well, we'll be okay. If not, it's awfully hard to overcome. Shot clock did not start after the defensive board. Fort Smith team, many of those players are going to play. Again, 13, averaging 9 minutes or more. Fort Smith averaging 71 a game. They want to make it more of a full court game, but they're going to have to make shots to set up their trap. Barnes all the way to the rim, off the mark.
We had a point blank look there, and Goran, the shot blocker, was pulled away for the basket at the free throw line, just couldn't fall for Barnes.
Nagoran keeps shooting and hitting. Blandine, Nagoran.
That's almost undefendable, unguardable. The 6'3", 6'4" post player, you wouldn't think step outside and shoot the three. I don't think she has many attempts on the year.
Yeah, 6 of 19 now this season.
Decent percentage, though.
Barnes dribbles away from the trap and draws the foul. And that is on Holbert.
This might be the most relaxed we've ever seen veteran head coach Lewis Horton for Fort Smith. He knows he's retiring after the next loss.
We asked him, what are you going to do when it's over? He said, well, I'm an avid amateur golfer. I want to work on my game. But he said, avid doesn't mean good. Gianna Clark's been awfully good in the post all season, and the pretty reverse puts the Hilltoppers back up. St. Edwards traps. Fort Smith breaks it. Followell. Offensive board to Perry. Nagoran, the green light, or third shot attempt.
Candace Followell going to have another big game and fill the stat sheet up and down the line. She had 15 and 8 rebounds with 5 steals in the opening round win over Newman 2 days ago by 9. Followell, one of those high energy players on both ends of the floor for Fort Smith.
Barnes steps back. 0 for 2. Followell inside. That's a Fothery, and it's Fort Smith basketball. And here comes substitutions already, just 3 minutes in. Ashley Bean, second leading scorer for the Lady Lions, checks in. Senior from Waco, Texas. Also Dana Lewis, freshman from Las Vegas. Lewis forces it in short.
Raynard that time caught that mid-post, had her back to the basket, and was looking for a teammate instead of electing to face up and try to create on her own. She can score it.
Hopper, 10 on the shot clock. Barnes wants a screen. Hopper will set it for her. Some contact, no whistle, but Barnes finds Fothery off the mark. Jolly chases down the board, saves it to Hopper. That's a young St. Edwards team. They only go 7 deep again like they did Thursday. We won't see a senior on the floor for the Hilltoppers today. Jolly from the corner. Followell the board.
See with Ngoran out what Clark can do, if anything, inside the post. A little bit smaller defender on her. Clark, real good post up.
Lewis, the shot put, ties things up. Clark, a good ball handler. But Shakira Barnes will run the show. St. Edwards 2 of 8 in the early going. Good cut inside to Clark. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. Lewis was trying to front Clark there. You don't have Ngoran underneath, try to block shots or alter it, and Clark, I think, can take advantage if they make an emphasis to head on down inside the paint.
Keani Clark, 13 points, 9 boards a game, had 17 in the win over International 2 days ago. 67% from the line, although she short arms the first. First substitution for St. Edwards. Kayla Goebel coming off a career night on Thursday. 5'10" sophomore from Glen Rose, Texas. 15 points. First ever game she's had in double figures as a Hilltopper. Clark makes 1 of 2.
Well, notice when Fort Smith subs players in and out, they pass the baton. They have a rolled up, what looks to be just a towel taped together. I don't know if there's anything inside it. I don't think there is, but it's like a relay race.
Kind of the theme. Next person up. Next
I like
person
it.
to race.
Yeah, I don't see many teams do that.
Fort Smith has not led yet in the early going here. Bean off the mark, and she'll chase down the board, though Goebel wrestles it away, and here comes Shakira Barnes. 400-meter track champion in high school, all the way to the rim.
So catch quick and right in front of the timeline, able to swipe that one away from Bean, who can hit the 3, just a little bit long on that attempt for Fort Smith, and then rolling to the other end, Barnes with the basket.
Brainerd for the tie, got it.
Yeah, that really helps her game. 15 feet and in if she can stretch defenses by knocking down a few threes.
Just over 30% from beyond the arc coming in, their leading scorer. They break the pressure, and Abby Hopper has her first 2.
It's good fake there. Lewis jumped up in the air and flew past the offensive player for St. Edwards to give the Toppers a 2-point cushion.
Winner gets the #1 ranked team in the nation in Lubbock Christian tomorrow at 1 as Followell, the senior, called for the walk. First turnover for either team, according to our stat sheet. St. Edwards, the 6th seed, off to the good start.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
In the middle of that huddle is Lewis Horton, 30 years as head coach of Arkansas Fort Smith. He'll retire at season's end. He doesn't say much. He'll sit on the bench almost the whole game, but when he does talk, you know he has his players' attention.
Well, they came out all the way toward midcourt. In fact, walked toward the jump circle and was almost inside the Union High School U logo at the timeline, yelling at Candace Followell, one of his better players, if not the best all-around player for Fort Smith.
She committed the travel before our timeout, and Followell now on the bench. Lewis Horton, 648 wins. Most of those on the junior college level when Arkansas Fort Smith was known as West Ark. A hop for Keani Clark, and that's the first St. Edwards turnover.
He's on a edge of his seat moment right now, rubbing his hands together, Lewis Horton.
Fort Smith wants a timeout. Yelled it about 3-4 times to Lewis Horton, and he has granted it. And so the first time I call for either team.
Well, again, he is worried right now early on in this game about his team's focus.
His team down 2.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
10-8 St. Edwards, 3:53 to go first quarter. Let's go to Drew Brent.
Guys, coming out of that last timeout, both sidelines really talking about the inside game. They know that the perimeter has been pretty hot for at least both teams hitting threes early on, but they're both emphasizing the inside game. Coach Rail over at the St. Edwards side talking to her team about the offensive end of the ball. You've got to know where the help is coming from. You've got to communicate. Coach Horton again also saying defensively we need to put more pressure on and stay in this and stay focused, as you mentioned earlier.
Thank you, Drew. Followell back on the floor for Fort Smith. There's 8 to shoot. And a whistle is going to be on St. Edwards. That's on Goebel, her first foul. J.J. Reel, head coach of a St. Edwards team 2 seasons ago that won the Heartland Conference tournament for the first time, advancing to the NCAA tournament for the first ever time. Followell off the mark.
Followell hit some early shots in their quarterfinal game the other day. Here struggling a little bit, and head coach Lewis Horton on her.
Inside, Barnes to Clark. Hilltoppers by 4.
There you have it. Clark be effective in the post, and Barnes already with 3 early assists in this game and no turnovers.
Here's Followell, back to what you mentioned, really kept Fort Smith in the game against 7 seed Newman before her teammates took over. 4 threes in the fourth as the Lady Lions won by 9.
And Brainerd does that so well. Offensive rebound, a big part of her game.
Followell hits that from the elbow. Candace Followell's first 2. Senior lead and Lady Lion squad. Barnes breaks the pressure, and Hopper the layup. 4 assists for Barnes now.
She's really penetrating the paint. Emphasis on trying to work it deep and then find an open teammate. Barnes with the nice helper.
These two teams met in the Heartland Conference semis last season. That was at Fort Smith, and Fort Smith rolled to the victory. Different start here. Desiree Loving off the mark, and Hopper able to outreach Ashley Bean for the board.
Yeah, likes of Hopper and Goebel, they have to be big rebounding the basketball against the longer Fort Smith interior players.
2 minutes to go first quarter. Barnes keeps the dribble. Keeps to the rim, 6-point lead and a foul.
Boy, she has had a real good start to this game, seemingly locked in all phases.
She's the engine for this team, and if she's confident like this going to the rim, her team's at its best. Lewis Horton goes to his bench. Mass substitutions here as he's just trying to get a 5 on the floor he likes. Followell's back on the bench. Loving as well. Barnes puts St. Edwards up 7. Nia Lamb wearing number 34 in the paint. They feed her, pushing up on Clark. The double comes. From the wing, Sky Thompson. Offensive board, Olivia Hansen, the sophomore. Clark held her position, but a strong move from Nia Lamb.
You don't see much offense from Nia Lamb off the bench, but that time looking for a post-up shot. Was able to go glass to draw it through.
Yep, 3 points a game. She gets her first 2. Bailey Hill on the floor for the Hilltoppers, freshman from San Marcos, Texas. Strong game Thursday, 14 points. Eight to shoot. Hopper to the rim. Clark, shot clock didn't reset, doesn't matter.
Yeah, nicely done. Clark able to take one dribble to come a little closer to the rim and at a good angle, banked it home.
Clark with 7, matching her output from Thursday. What a start for the 6-seeded Hilltoppers. Last time these two teams played, Lady Lions won by 25 in Austin. Good feed from Lamb. Thompson doesn't finish. Hill the board, and she's fouled.
Well, that's a gritty rebound by Hill there against Thompson and Lamb. Almost a Lions sandwich.
Lamb's first, Fort Smith's fourth. Just one foul called on St. Edwards in this first quarter. And that was on Goebel. Hilltoppers can take the final shot. We're right by the Fort Smith bench, and we can hear Lewis Horton talk more and more as this quarter's gone along. He's concerned. St. Edwards looking good so far. Backdoor feed, Barnes. That's a block. Franklin got to the spot too late. Here's a St. Edwards team, Sean, averaging 62 a game. They can get to 20 in the quarter with free throws.
It's a huge boost. We talked before the broadcast started. They would need a big start offensively to this contest to put any fears of facing a team that won the Heartland Conference tournament a season ago and also was co-champs last year.
And to your point, talking about Shakira Barnes, 9 turnovers Thursday, none so far. And her 2 free throws give her 7 to go along with 4 assists.
Yeah, those 4 assists are big because if she's scoring the ball, you know she's feeling pretty good, but also she's involving her teammates if she has a high assist number.
Fort Smith doesn't even get the shot off. Maybe we'll be producing some glass slippers soon. The 6th-seeded Hilltoppers awfully impressive through 1.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect. Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Nia Lamb doing what she can to try to keep her Fort Smith team in it. Those are only 2 points in the first quarter, but 6th seed St. Edwards a 21-12 lead. Sean Hilltopper shooting 8 of 13 from the floor. Maybe most impressively, a 14-2 edge in points in the paint.
And a lot of that has come off dribble penetration by Shakira Barnes. They've done an outstanding job of working their half-court offense right now. It's resulted in the 9-point advantage. Seemingly Fort Smith out of sorts early in this game. And that will be the sentiments of the head coach too, Lewis Horton. Seeming his team not producing early on offense and giving up some drives on defense. He's trying to mix and match and find the right five he can put on the floor and trust here in this semifinal Saturday matchup.
If Shakira Barnes can stay on the floor, we may see her for the full 40. 7 points, 4 assists in the first quarter. Abby Hopper, 4 points, 2 boards with the basketball now. Moves on Nagorin. Block, but a foul. Nagorin's first. J.J. Reel talking about our St. Edwards team said, as the season went along, we realized we were giving them too much. Remember, there's just one senior on this team, and that's Ted Aday, who plays sparingly. And so they made an adjustment around the winter break. The opponent's scouting report is literally the size of an index card. And then they made a new theme, and the new theme was us, not them. And that's why they don't talk near as much about their opponents and just about what St. Edwards can control, just to try to make the game simpler. And this young Hilltopper team really growing before our eyes here in Tulsa, up 11 on 2-seed Fort Smith. Plenty of time to go, of course. Franklin forced it. Fort Smith looks out of sorts.
Well, defensively, that was pretty good cover by St. Edwards, and here we go with Barnes setting the offensive track here. Fort Smith in a 2-3 zone defensively.
There's Fothery, their best three-point shooter. That's out of bounds off Perry.
Some hand-to-hand jousting right there, and a foul will be called on Perry.
Yeah, my mistake. Perry is called for her first. There's Fothery. They left her alone. Would have put him at 14.
I know it didn't go in, but you cannot let her spot up that wide open. She'll knock it down majority of the time.
She was not really healthy for the team's first two meetings. And even as a junior, a veteran presence for this young group. Franklin off the glass and in.
Can find her offense every now and again. Young player for Fort Smith. Can hit the three. That time steps inside the lane.
Yeah, struggled on Thursday, but comes in averaging just under 7 a game. Bailey Hill hits her first shot.
Looking for it too, it looked like. Quick catch, and I'm gonna go to my left just a step or two and knock it down over you.
Lead back up to 11. Perry.
Oh, they're cold.
Oh, we'll repeat what Lewis Horton says. He just says, if we don't shoot the ball well, we're in awful trouble. And right now, they are 6 of 20 from the floor. Hopper, too long. Franklin on the run. Barnes chases her down. Holbert all the way to the rim.
Rare time that the defense for St. Edwards was not in the right position. Bad spacing there.
Holbert's first two, averaging 6 a game coming in. They play their 2-3. Hill, catch and shoot. Around the rim and out. Hopper the board. It looked like she got fouled. Instead, it's still St. Edwards' ball.
Some contact from the side. It appeared from our vantage point here. And no call. It will be kept, though, by St. Edwards.
Clark checks in for Fothery. And as usual, multiple substitutions for Fort Smith. Followell, Bean back in. Also Sky Thompson. Brainerd on the floor as well with Dana Lewis. Hand check. I believe that's on Thompson. Oh no, rather they will get Bean for the foul. That's her first.
Oh, look on the faces of some of the Fort Smith Lady Lions. Some of bewilderment, perplexed at what's transpired here at the start.
They came in ranked 10th in the South Central region. Obviously 8 will make the NCAA tournament. A loss here and they're for sure out, and even a win, and still tough for them to get an at-large berth. They need this one. And that pass was tipped. Still 13 to shoot for St. Edwards. Hopper, turnaround jumper, short. St. Ed's beginning to cool off a bit, but they still lead by 9. Clark holds her ground. Lewis off the mark.
It's a tough shot. Good defense in the post by Clark.
Outlet to Hopper. Missed that one. Hopper 2 of 7 from the floor. Followell quickly splits the defense and will go to the line.
That's what they need more of. Activity around the goal. That time it was the dribble drive for Followell, who can cash it at the free throw stripe.
Senior from Saxe, Texas in the Dallas area. Just does a little bit of everything. 7 points a game, but team leader in assists at 3.5. 79% free throw shooter. Also second on the Lady Lions in rebounding. And we add 70 steals on the year.
And played a game high 34 minutes in the win of the opening round.
Fothery checks in for Hopper as Followell drains both, and spiritual leader on the floor clapping her hands, wanting her and her defense to make a stop. They're just down 7. Tough pass from Barnes. Fothery saves.
Good job, Fothery. Was down to one knee and kept that little pitter-patter dribble going.
12 to shoot. Fothery gets by 2 Lady Lions. Too hard off the glass. Barnes steps back. They remain cold. They've missed their last 5. Inside Lewis. Got the roll. Deficit down to 5.
They sensed if they could just gain any kind of foothold in this game offensively and make a small run, be right back in. It's still early.
It's to 4 this quarter for the Lady Lions. Good feed inside Clark, and she finishes.
Clark strong-handed on the interior. Good catch, little pump fake, and then went window.
Clark is perfect from the floor. Bean unable to answer. And they'll get the jump just before Thompson wrestled it away from Barnes, but it's still Fort Smith ball. Well, so far, Fort Smith hasn't made a lot of shots, but their trap has been ineffective against the St. Edwards team. Much prepared for it here. Just one Hilltopper turnover and just one for Fort Smith. 2-3 zone by the Hilltoppers. Holbert saves. Brainerd. Another offensive board, this time by Lewis. And Clark cleans it up there, her third rebound.
Boy, Lewis had a good chance there. Was not covered on that turnaround right-handed shot. It fell short.
Fothery in the lead, back to 10.
An excellent assist by the big Clark on that left mid-post area. Caught it, spun in, looked inside against the zone, nothing, and rapidly rushed it back out to the left wing where Fothery is so dangerous from 3.
She's 6 of 10 from beyond the arc in Tulsa. To answer, Franklin from long range.
Unconscious range for Franklin. Arkansas native can really fill it from the outside.
Junior has 5. Against the 2-3, here's Barnes from the free throw line, way off. Had Father on the wing, didn't feed her. Under 4 minutes to go, first half. Lewis continues to force it over Clark. Good effort, Followell, but Clark with it. Jolly posting up on Lewis. Hill looking for her second 3.
And had the same kind of stroke she had the other night, but still not shy about launching it.
Followell moves on Hill, and Clark had position for a moment, but then moved at the last second as Followell tried to go around her. And Clark is called for her second. Second team foul on St. Ed's. Candace Followell. And the Fort Smith Lady Lions down 30-23, down all game.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
After a scorching start from the floor, St. Edwards 3 of 13 in the second quarter, but Fort Smith just 4 of 11 in the second and 32% shooting overall. For more on the Lady Lions, here's Drew.
Well, guys, uncharacteristically, this Lady Lions bench is understandably frustrated. As Coach Horton even mentioned during the timeout, he says, quote, I thought this was a team that wanted to win a championship. But have them focus on the inside, trying to find their shot once again. But this is a team that's frustrated and discombobulated. From the words of Coach Horton, they're trying to get this game back together mentally.
All right, thank you, Drew. What an interesting quote. I thought you wanted to win a championship. Strong words from the 30th year head coach. Long 3, Followell. And she'll chase the rebound down. That's 5 offensive boards. Or rather 7 now for Fort Smith. From way out there, Franklin the air ball.
Looked like she was rushing that shot a little bit. Setup and delivery by Franklin. And again, Followell checks out. She's played in short bursts here and there here in this first half. And they've been trying to find some combination that works for them.
Yeah, Brainerd 15 minutes, Holbert and Followell 12. The only Lady Lions in double figures on the floor. Starting 5, all double figure minutes for St. Edwards. Fotheray moves by Brainerd from the short corner. Jolly right there to clean it up. Her first 2. Again, no seniors been on the floor for St. Edwards here in Tulsa. And here they are, the 6 seed up 9 on the 2 seed Fort Smith.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen a Goran on the floor.
That's a 3rd step for Franklin. Feel important that St. Edwards go up double figures here. They've been the better team in the first half for sure. Fort Smith looking for anything to give them confidence.
Yeah, if it's cut down to neighborhood of 4 to 6 at halftime, Fort Smith would seize a little momentum. St. Edwards, if they could bump this up to 12 to 14, would be feeling real confident.
2 minutes to go, first half. Fotheray off the mark, offensive rebound, Goebel. She'll try it. Yes!
Why not?
Foot on the line, though. It's a 2, but now the Hilltoppers up 11.
Well, they had the reset on the shot clock. A little strange. She just dribbled back out to the wing and had no hesitation in pumping it back up there.
Goebel's first 2 after a career-high 15 Thursday. All the momentum Fort Smith's had at times this quarter. As the Brainerd 3 falls, they now just outscored St. Edwards by 1 in the second.
Made a mistake defensively there. Brainerd a pump fake, and that sent the defense back down toward the interior. You can't leave her open from 3. She can hit that shot.
Yep, Brainerd with 6. Goebel feeds Jolly. Couldn't finish. Chance to get it to within 6, maybe 5. Holbert on the run. Hansen. Continue to bomb away.
Excellent box out by Fothery there.
Set play called from Hilltopper head coach J.J. Real across the way from us. Fort Smith still in their zone. Oh, tough pass, Fothery. But Hopper saves. 8 to shoot. Fothery moves on Holbert and call for the travel. .4 left. So Followell will come in, a little better offense. On what may be Fort Smith's last possession of the half. Hansen checks out. They wanted to set the trap, but quickly Holbert across the timeline. Fothery bumps Loving. That's just the 3rd team foul on St. Edwards. But now the shot clock goes off. And Fothery's first. Nia Lamb forced it, didn't have to, and then a foul. 4th team foul for Fort Smith, but now St. Edwards with a chance at the final shot. Lamb second.
Well, potentially no worse than an 8-point lead going into the halftime locker rooms. If St. Ed's can quickly rush it to the front court, draw something up here, as they're going to use a timeout to work that dry erase board. 8-point lead for the Hilltoppers.
Hilltopper shooting is down to 42%. They were at 62% in the first quarter. But Fort Smith's only been able to erase 1 point off their first quarter deficit. 34-26, the Hilltopper lead.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances The academic environment and academic experience is very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
David Salzman, Sean Tiemann with you. Shakira Barnes and her St. Edwards Hilltoppers up 8, and they can hold the ball for the final shot. Fort Smith's going to trap, hoping to force the turnover. And look out, they do. Father returns it over to Lewis. 2-on-1. 4 seconds, and then St. Edwards is going to get it back as Lewis is called for the walk.
Well, nobody wants it here in the last 10 seconds.
But now just 3.7 to try to get a shot off.
Need to quickly rush it to half court and get a launch.
Hopper. Jolly, not even looking. And they won't get a shot. Well, you're right. No one wanted the shot. Well, good first half, though, for St. Ed's. The 6th seed upsetting A&M International on Thursday, and an 8-point lead on 2 seed Arkansas Fort Smith here at the break.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect. Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland! Woo!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LCU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect. Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
And we welcome you back to the UMAC here live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the site, of course, of the 2016 Heartland Conference Championship. Lubbock Christian awaiting the winner of this one. It's our second semifinal matchup on the women's side of the Heartland Conference Tournament. Top-seeded UA Fort Smith trailing St. Edwards right now. Second half action forthcoming. Let's send it over to courtside with Dave and Sean. Guys?
All right, thanks so much, Drew. David Salzman, Sean Tiemann with you. 34-26. 6-seed St. Edwards looking to pull off their second straight upset as they have the lead on the 2-seeded Lady Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. As we look at the halftime stats, both teams shot poorly in the second quarter, but St. Ed's in the first quarter, 61% shooting. But for the game right now, 42%, 13 of 31. Fort Smith, however, 30%, 10 of 33. Hilltoppers, 2 of 8 from beyond the arc, 6 of 7 from the line. Fort Smith, 4 of 13 from long range. They just got to the line twice, a surprise, and they made both of those shots. Also, perhaps a surprise, St. Edwards out rebounding Fort Smith by 5, 23-18. And points in the paint favoring the Hilltoppers, 18-8. Kiana Clark with 9 points, 4 boards in the first half.
Well, they've been able to dribble drive through this 2-3 zone for Fort Smith, and it hasn't been an issue. Shakira Barnes, the 4 assists, 0 turnovers after she turned it over 9 times in the quarterfinal win on Thursday. 7 points, 3 rebounds as well for Barnes. She's hit 3 of 3 from the foul line. It's been one of those players that you expected coming into this matchup against Fort Smith that needed to play well for St. Edwards to have a chance. I'm shocked at the 6 combined turnovers. This game feels like we've had 15 or more combined turnovers. It's just been in fits and starts and hasn't had a real great flow to it.
The 30% shooting by Fort Smith in the first half here, better than what they did in the first half Thursday. 27% against Newman. They struggled to outlast the 7-seed Jets. Finally did because they shot 48% in the second half, and most of those shots falling in the fourth quarter. 4 of their 7 threes in the fourth. They may need a similar performance here today.
Well, you look at the percentage from 3, 4-13, not bad for Arkansas Fort Smith, but overall below that at 30.3%, close to 31 from 3, but 10 of 33 overall, so 6 of 20 when it's not been a three-point shot for Fort Smith, which isn't necessarily the bread and butter of this team. You know, the defense is really where they hang their hat right now. St. Edwards has done just enough with that 42% shooting to make this one an 8-point game here at halftime. It could have been bigger, I thought.
Certainly Fort Smith experienced in this tournament, the defending champs. Their 3rd Heartland Conference tournament appearance overall. They also made the championship game in 2012. St. Edwards as a program experienced in Heartland Conference tournament play, but so many of these players so young, and if they were on the Hilltoppers last year, not a whole lot of time. Shakira Barnes is a junior, but a junior transfer. This is her first year with the Hilltoppers. They were the 4 seed last season, got blown out at Fort Smith. Won it all 2 seasons ago, but that was the senior-laden group.
Barnes continues to take care of the basketball, not turn it over. You have to really love St. Edwards' chances of advancing as the 6th seed to Championship Sunday here in Tulsa tomorrow.
And that would be a David versus Goliath matchup if there was one. Lubbock Christian awaits the winner of this one. They won 63-42 over St. Mary's earlier today. A feed to Clark. And Clark in double figures.
Wow, that's a real tough shot right there. Right-handed baby hook over the guarded defender for the Lions. Just dropped through off the back of the rim. Good start for St. Ed's right away on offense.
Clark is 5 of 5. Her head coach, JJ O'Reilly, calls her the best true post player in all of the Heartland. She won't stretch it out like a lot of 4s, but great back to the basket player. It's a foul on Fothery. That's her 2nd.
Showed her post acumen there on that. First field goal of this 3rd quarter.
10-point lead. And on the inbounds, they find Brainerd right away.
Well, Brainerd has to continue to produce for Fort Smith, but needs some help.
Again, St. Edwards breaks this pressure. No points off turnovers for Fort Smith in this game. .12 to shoot. Barnes starts the move. Here she goes on Holbert. Clark feeds Hopper. Can't get the roll. Followell on the run. Behind the back and to the rim. Yes! Oh, won't count. A charge. Hopper draws the charge on Followell. And that gets Jason Horton off his seat. Or Lewis Horton, rather. Apologies.
Looked like a good call. Let's take a gander at the replay. Yep. Set. And outside the restricted area as well. Nice move, though, by Followell. Showed her dribbling skills with that behind-the-back take. And now, again, she's just in and out of the lineup right now, and some direction from head coach Lewis Horton.
2nd foul on her. Maya Perry replaces her. Dana Lewis starting this half, did not start the game. Barnes around to Clark's screen. Fothery from the corner. Her 3rd 3.
Oh, she just continues to pile the points up from the perimeter. Fothery with another soft touch. Her release is so quick, and her jump shot doesn't require much lift.
And then the trap forces the Fort Smith turnover as Jolly on the floor to retrieve it. 39-28 is the St. Edwards lead.
Fothery keeps hitting shots like that. They're going to win this game.
She's never been fully healthy, but as healthy as she's been all year, wants another one. Rebound to Holbert. Desiree Loving left open, well short. Followed up her own shot, and we'll go to the line. Foul on Barnes, and after fouling out on Thursday, that's just her first foul here this afternoon. Desiree Loving, 5 points a game, 61% from the line this season. That's just the third attempt as a team for Fort Smith there. And Followell right back in. Also Ashley Bean off the bench, one of their better scorers. Although Bean is scoreless here today. Jasmine Brainerd, 8.7 boards to pace the Lady Lions. Sydney Franklin with 5, Followell with 4. Tiani Clark, 11 points to lead the Hilltoppers. Fothery with 9, Barnes with 7 and 4 assists. As now Franklin checks in for Loving. Fort Smith will set up their trap, down 9.
Yeah, this really hasn't impacted St. Edwards much in this game. We'll see if they can continue to handle it well. They've done that with Barnes primarily bringing the ball across.
Inside, Clark finds Fothery.
Switch positions that time. Clark a little bit drawn away from the basket, and Fothery going inside.
Lead back up to 11. The St. Edwards team just coming together as the year's gone along and maybe playing their best basketball here in Tulsa. As Lewis now at 6. The St. Edwards team got blown out twice on the road last weekend. Sometimes you never know what's going to happen when conference tournament play starts. Fothery, again, they leave her open. Can't make them pay this time. She's now 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. Strong move by Lewis around Clark.
Now they let Clark guard her one-on-one, and Lewis back to the bucket. Just a quick shoulder shake and then spun in and laid it through. Had it deep.
Barnes inside. Oh, Hopper short. And all of a sudden the deficit can get down to 5. Maybe 4 with a 3. Four three, Bean! And it's as close as Fort Smith has been in quite a while.
And a big shot by Bean as she bags that one to cut it to 4. Almost 4 minutes into this third quarter, and now Fort Smith a bit energized.
St. Edwards calls timeout, 41-37 the score.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Here come the Fort Smith Lady Lions, 30% shooting in the first half of play, but hot from the floor in the second half, 4 of 5, and they've been down by as much as 11. They've never led, but now just down 4 to St. Ed's.
Well, Fort Smith has come out and executed well. St. Edwards still maintains that lead, but if Fort Smith can start to play together, glue it up a little bit from that poor first half, same result could come like they had in the quarterfinal round where they played poorly in the first half, but a much better second half.
Let's go to Drew Brent.
Guys, coming out of that last timeout, Coach J.J. Rare was really emphasizing the sense of urgency in play coming into this next series. She told her players, listen, you're getting too comfortable. I told you this was not going to be easy. We cannot play in any kind of way where this is comfortable. We have to make this play urgent coming into this next series.
Thank you, Drew. Our officiating crew missed a 10-second call. St. Edwards didn't get it across until there was 18 on the shot clock. They get a break. Barnes steps back. Tough shot.
Boy, rolled it in over Nia Lamb. Tall shot blocking presence for Fort Smith, but Barnes continues to play well, and I think with some poise that she didn't show in that opening round game.
Barnes now with 9. Loving in the paint. Strong rebound by Clark.
Yeah, we know Barnes is capable. Second team all-conference, and she's played more under control in this game. Following that 9-turnover performance, she can always fill the net, we know that. Here she goes.
Short. And the rebound to Lamb. Lewis Horton sticking to his guns, even with that run by Fort Smith before the timeout. Still like hockey shifts. Letting a lot of her players just play maybe 2-3 minute stretches. Of course, in hockey, well, you go 60 seconds, that's a long one.
The good ones stay out there for 90 or better, don't they?
Brainerd off the mark. And Lamb went to save it. Maybe got a break as Hopper tips it out of bounds.
Yeah, he didn't substitute like this in the first game. And he just, in that first half, was trying to find any combination that could produce a positive result. They're down 6.
Now we hit our media timeout. 6th seed St. Edwards trying to hold on here.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Welcome back to the UMAC in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Our second semifinal on Semifinal Saturday. The men to come, and it'll be another St. Edwards Fort Smith matchup. 1 versus 5 seed on the men's side, and then 3 seed Dallas Baptist against 7 seed Newman. Number 1, Lubbock Christian, no surprise. 63-42 win over St. Mary's. Lowest scoring output for them this season, but they still win by 21. As you see, St. Edwards, and there's Matt Miner, the best dressed assistant coach in the Heartland Conference. He goes with a pink handkerchief today. I didn't realize Paisley was back, but he proved me wrong Thursday. He had the yellow with the Paisley on it.
I like it.
17 to shoot for Fort Smith. And to the rim, hanging, but off for Holbert. Foul no good as well. Clark the board and a foul. That's on Lamb. And Lamb's picked up her 3rd. First player on either team with 3. Yeah, Blendy McGoran, who started for Fort Smith, and you mentioned this earlier, we haven't seen much of her. We haven't seen her at all this half.
She hit a 3 in the first couple of minutes of the game.
Hopper. Clark fighting and has the offensive board. And to the rim, puts St. Edwards up 8. 13.6 boards for the junior. Last meeting, Fort Smith won by 25. Different here on the conference's biggest stage as Holbert drains the 3.
Well, they'll need more of that. That was a timely shot. Looked like it's starting to separate again for St. Edwards, but it's been chopped back to 5. The 3 ball.
Just her 8th 3 of the year. Goebel back on the floor with it now for the Hilltoppers. St. Edwards just going 7 deep here today as they did Thursday night. The pressure tire them out as this game goes along. With 5 to shoot, Barnes called for the walk. That is just her first turnover of the afternoon. Brainerd and Bean back on. Holbert and Thompson come out.
Well, if you play for Lewis Horton, you don't have much time to prove your worth on the floor because they're rolling them in and out in waves.
Followell right by Goebel. Catch and shoot 3 to cut it to 2. No. The tip, Followell with it. Out of bounds, still Fort Smith ball. Good ball movement to the corner. Bean again. Another offensive rebound.
They have the potential to crash the glass. Fort Smith, another opportunity.
Too good of an offense to give them so many shots. Oh, they'll call a foul. It looked like Bean just lost it on the way up. But Blanca Burns will call this on the Hilltoppers. And it's the first on Hopper. Yeah, got a piece of the hand, looks like. Good call. Ashley Bean, 3 points. That came just a couple of minutes ago. 74% from the line. Been a long time since Fort Smith has just been within 3 as Hill replaces Jolly. (45-42). It was an 8-point Hilltopper lead at the break. Loving bumps Barnes.
Yeah, just a careless foul. I know you're trying to force the issue with this press and create some tempo, but that's one near midcourt. Not a good foul.
Second on Loving. 3 team fouls for both squads here with 2:40 left in the third. St. Edwards got off to the quick start. 61% shooting in the first quarter, led by 9 after 1. Barnes steps back, way off. St. Edwards offense out of rhythm. Here's Bean moving on Hopper. A chance to cut it to 1. Hopper second. St. Edwards has already used the timeout this quarter, so 2 left. Fort Smith with 3. Fort Smith has picked up the pace, and St. Edwards having more trouble getting open looks. Father, he can't be out there forever. She's been their best outside shooter so far today and on the bench right now. 1-point game.
Well, Bean has been a part of why they've cut this lead down. For St. Edwards, Fort Smith trying to charge back and knows what it's like to be in this kind of atmosphere. One and done potentially on the line for everyone that's invited to the tournament, the top 8.
Followell forced that travel. Hopper saw her and did the buddy hop. Turnover St. Ed's. Fort Smith will look to take their first lead of the day.
It seems like the roles have shifted. First half it was St. Edwards playing with all the poise, and now Arkansas Fort Smith. Some veterans out there helping to create the action for the Lions.
Franklin, Clark the block, taken away by Hill. Shakira Barnes has played the whole game, no surprise. And that's been key. She's been able to stay on the floor. Just 1 foul for her so far today. Barnes inside to Clark, 2 and a foul.
A heck of a penetration move there by Barnes and able to drop it off with the left-handed bounce pass right there for Clark, who was at the rim and in deep. Chance at the end 1.
What a key moment for Barnes' first assist of the half, 5th of the game. Kiana Clark with 15 and at the line. Lead up to 4.
Looks like that could be a momentum stopper.
From the corner, Loving. Hopper got the tip to Barnes. Here she comes. Well, in traffic, too much traffic. Lewis takes it away. Shot over Clark.
Well, Barnes really took a chance there, trying to dribble in and out of trouble. came across and had it swiped away.
Look at everyone hounding her. She takes it across the floor, and now they come to trap her again. Hopper. 3 from the corner, Abby Hopper.
Good shot. That can alleviate any issues you might be running into. And the 3 makes it a 5-point game.
27% from beyond the arc coming in. First 3 today, 20th of the season. For the freshman from Lubbock, Texas. Franklin has struggled in Tulsa, well short on the 3. Lamb, Loving, and Bean all come back in. Franklin, Lewis. Loving checks out Holbert in, I apologize. 39.3 to go in the 3rd. Barnes will take her time here. 9-second differential shot clock and game clock. They trap Barnes. Plenty of time, 11 to shoot. A dangerous pass finds Clark. Hill from the wing. Oh, what big shots by the Hilltoppers in the corner.
That was a low feed. She just scooped it off the canvas with a quick release.
Brainerd. No. After Fort Smith had it within 1, a 9-2 run to end the 3rd. No seniors playing for St. Edwards today, and yet the 6th seed Hilltoppers look to pull off their 2nd straight upset. Bailey Hill, her first 3 of the day, and St. Edwards up 8.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
There's Topper the Goat. Fear the Goats is the slogan for St. Edwards. Fear the freshmen. The end of the 3rd quarter, Abby Hopper, Bailey Hill, huge 3s after Fort Smith had cut it to 1. St. Edwards up 8. And with all the momentum that Fort Smith had in the 3rd quarter, Sean Tiemann, both teams scoring 20 in the 3rd.
Yeah, just a swing of momentum there. And Clark started that with a bucket on the interior, and then they were able to kick out for some long-range shots. And right now, St. Ed's is playing well enough to advance to a championship game tomorrow, but does Fort Smith have some kind of an answer? Down by 8 as we start the final 10 minutes here at the UMAC in Tulsa.
Just never know when you hit March. St. Edwards coming into Tulsa 10-16, 8-10 in the league. Knocked off A&M International by 6 on Thursday, and now trying to beat Fort Smith for the first time in 5 tries. Brainerd, the offensive board off the follow-well miss. Bean too hard. That's a foul over the back on Lewis.
Bean had a point-blank look and can't believe she missed it as she rubs the top of her head. Wide open from that angle. Couldn't hit it off the window and through. Just a little too strong.
Second foul on Lewis, who quietly leads Fort Smith in scoring today, 10 points. Barnes. Oh, now Bucket and St. Edwards will be up double figures again. They were 8 of 15 from the floor in the 3rd. Fort Smith 6 of 18. Barnes pulls up, and there's the 10-point lead.
And that's in Barnes' sweet spot, coming off that dribble with the pull-up left side.
An 11-2 run now, and Hill gets the strip of Followell. What a response by this young group to this experienced Fort Smith team who had all the momentum. Goebel got Lewis up in the air. Hopper the board. And Here come the Lady Lions. Brainerd to the rim. 2 and a foul. 10 points, 9 boards for Fort Smith's leading scorer coming in.
Well, that could shift a little bit of the momentum seized by St. Ed's here in the early stages of this fourth quarter after that third quarter ended in their favor as well. 8-point game and chance for the conventional 3-point play for Fort Smith's best all-conference player.
Clark is the first Hilltopper with 3 fouls. Deficit down to 7. As Thompson replaces Followell. Lewis Horton, 30 years as head coach of Arkansas Fort Smith. This could be his last game. He will retire at season's end. Very outside chance for Fort Smith to get an at-large berth to the NCAAs. Hill, second 3 for the freshman.
An excellent pass from the post by Clark. She's shown that knows what to do with the basketball when drawn the double team underneath. Kick it out.
Freshman with the last 3 threes for St. Ed's. Lewis pushing up on Clark. And Clark wrestles the board away. Her 8th rebound. Here comes Barnes. To the rim. 2 free throws coming.
Barnes hit the accelerator there and was able to flash that inside the lane with that one-on-one matchup. Airbanked it, but enough of contact to send her to the free throw line with this thing potentially swelling up to 12.
Sometimes you work so hard to get back in a game. Fort Smith did to get within 1, and how deflating must it have been. All of a sudden you see the 2 threes from St. Ed's. They end the quarter on the 9-2 run, and now they have their largest lead, or this ties them for their largest lead, and a free throw will put them up 12. So we finally see Nagoran check back in for the Lady Lions.
Well, there was no evidence as the free throw goes in for Barnes from that first half that Fort Smith could consistently put it together in the second half.
Nagoran right off the bench, off the mark. #1 team in the nation, undefeated Lubbock Christian, awaits the winner of this one. A foul called on Holbert.
They're starting to mount up for Fort Smith and close to the bonus situation. 7:29 to play in the game.
Yeah, that's 3 team fouls on Fort Smith now, and the second on Holbert. Loving checks in for Bean. Barnes to the rim. Clark there. That will not count. The foul is before the shot. The will of Keani Clark to wrestle that away from Nagoran, who picks up her second.
Well, she felt just a little bit of pressure coming after that rebound offensively. Wrestles it away in the lane and spins to shoot.
Clark the inbounds. The turnaround, Keani Clark.
That's pretty over a 6'3", 6'4" post defender. Had to do that just to put it with enough arch to go down over Ngoran.
18 points, 8 boards, 5 assists for the junior from Round Rock, Texas. And the lead is 14. 3 off the mark, and Barnes the board for Fort Smith. After St. Edwards had that answer late in the third. St. Edwards has the energy advantage since the start of the fourth for sure. Barnes to the rim, and the lead is 16.
Yeah, that was impressive. They wanted to go into Clark that entire possession, and then Barnes using Clark as a shield to go to the rim.
And that's 2 and a foul as Holbert beats the defense back. Keani Clark has picked up her 4th foul.
Some frantic action here in the last couple of minutes.
Cuts the lead to 14, 6:20 to go. J.J. Reel hasn't looked to her bench yet. And this is just a team with 10 on the active roster, and J.J. Reel's gone 7 deep all the way here in Tulsa. She has Haley Jolly at 6 feet, but not a true 4 as the free throw missed. And Clark stays on the floor. Now J.J. Reel calls timeout. She'll have 1 left. 6:08 remaining. 6th seed St. Edwards up 14.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind. Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
St. Edwards Hilltoppers growing before our eyes, and maybe 6:08 away from the championship game of the Heartland Conference. Let's learn more from Drew Brent.
Guys, coming out of the last timeout, Coach J.J. Reel was telling her players, listen, there's only 10 minutes. We can do anything for 10 minutes. We want to make sure that we limit our mistakes. We want to make sure that everything that we are doing is crisp. We want to make sure that we are taking advantage of the momentum. And in the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, you saw exactly that. Now, you mentioned Haley Jolly right before the break. Worth mentioning that she was getting her ankle taped by the athletic trainers just a few moments ago. We're told that that is not anything serious. It's completely routine. But we wanted to update you guys.
All right, thank you, Drew. Kiani Clark, 8 for 8 from the floor, 18 points. Best ever perfect performance by a St. Edwards women's player in program history is 9 for 9. Clark also 9 rebounds, 5 assists. 4 fouls, however. She's on the floor with Barnes, Goebel, Hill, and Hopper. We haven't seen Lexi Fothery for a while. Barnes' feed was tipped in a turnover. 7th St. Edwards turnover, that's it. Followell, they needed that, cuts it to 11.
Yeah, they'll need an 8-0 or a 10-0 run to jump back in this here, but not much time. It is slowly becoming a factor.
And then Hill throws it through the hands of Barnes. Oh no, they'll say it's deflected off the Lady Lions.
To the gasp of the crowd behind us. Fort Smith contingent.
I thought they'd give it to Fort Smith too. St. Edwards 6 of 16 from beyond the arc. They were 6 of 32 combined in their 2 regular season losses to the Lady Lions. Brainerd picks up the foul, her first, and now St. Edwards in the bonus. 2 free throws for Kiani Clark. .541 remaining. St. Edwards team blown out at Oklahoma Christian and Newman last weekend. They lost to Newman 63-35. And yet here, put 71 on the board Thursday, hit 11 threes in their win over A&M International. And trying to outlast the 2 seed from Fort Smith. Loving, good and a foul, late contact, they'll call it on Hill, and a chance for the Lady Lions to get within single figures.
Oh, just a slight touch from the side there by Hill as jumper from the free throw line went in for Loving, and now you have an opportunity to put it down to single digits. 5.5 to go.
Hill's first, St. Edwards third. Loving 61%. Down to 9 now.
And you bring in a potential 3-point shooter back in the game in Bean.
sometimes the hardest minutes are the ones to close it out, especially when you're an underdog playing so loose and you realize, hey, we can do this. And sometimes teams will put pressure on themselves in that situation. St. Edwards hoping to finish the job. Still plenty of time left, 5:30. Here's Barnes. Being chased by two Lady Lions. Clark looking for 9 for 9. Off the mark. Her first miss of the day. And a turnover. Brainerd couldn't control the pass.
Boy, it felt like if they could come down, hit a shot there, maybe a 3, cut it to 6, and it'd be well within distance.
Hopper missed the long 2. Fort Smith got it to within 1 late third quarter. St. Edwards responded with a 9-2 run to end the frame. Led by 8, led by as many as 14 here in the 4th. To cut it to 6. Lamb chases the rebound down. Well off, and Goebel the rebound.
Yeah, ill-advised shot there by Bean.
Fort Smith, 7 of 24 from beyond the arc now. Barnes racing to the hoop and fading over Lamb. Clark the board, a second chance perhaps, in traffic. Can't get the roll, she's missed 3 in a row since making her first 8.
Fort Smith needs a basket.
Still plenty of time here, 3:48 left. Brainerd, a charge, and it's Kiani Clark with 4 fouls, taking the risk, and it pays off.
Brainerd absolutely livid with the call. Teammate helps her up, but she's barking.
Second foul on Brainerd. Player control fell, so St. Edwards will just have possession. Look at Kiani Clark. This is some heavy breaths from the junior from Richmond, Texas. Her head coach isn't going to take her out, just too valuable. What an effort. She's trying to will her team to a victory here. Just one of 3 juniors we see on the floor with Fothery and Barnes. Fothery is back on the floor. Jolly, Barnes, Clark, and Hopper as well. Long break for Fothery. They chase Barnes, gives it up to Clark. Jolly from the corner. Offensive board, Hopper. She'll go to the line for 2. Maya Perry picks up her second. And the freshman from Lubbock, Texas, we talked in our first game, all the talent from West Texas. J.J. Reel was able to get a West Texas player to come to Austin. Here's Hopper, 60% from the line, but drains the first.
Sometimes the lure, the bright lights of the capital city.
It's not too far away from downtown. The location's perfect. As there are just 3:16 left in Lewis Horton's head coaching career. What an amazing 30 years he's had in Fort Smith, Arkansas. 1 of 2 for Hopper. Followell. Barnes saves it to Jolly. Oh, they're going to call a jump. St. Edwards possession.
Followell just has not been able to get on track in this game. Only 7 points after we saw her in the opening round win by 9 over Newman, score a team high 15 points, hit a couple of threes, went 6 of 13, snared 8 rebounds, 5 steals, was all over the floor, and then this one has been limited.
Andrea Wilson checks in. Sophomore from Elkins, Arkansas. Fresh body on the floor with his trap. Clark, though, across the timeline. Fothery shoots from inside the arc. And now a jump ball, and it'll be Fort Smith possession.
Well, maybe a quick shot there, a little too much for Fothery.
And they can take time off.
10-point game. At this juncture, likely looking to chew some of that shot clock.
4 Hilltoppers in double figures. Bailey Hill with 8. Brainerd leaves Fort Smith with 11. Dana Lewis with 10. Holbert around Clark, no. Follow the tip. Who's going to get it? It's Brainerd, and she's fouled. I think that's on Jolly, though Clark was there as well. Haley Jolly will pick up the foul, her first. Chance to cut it to 8. Jasmine Brainerd, 74% from the line. Coming into Tulsa. Now 2 of 2 today. 2:40 on the clock. St. Edwards with just 1 timeout left. Fort Smith with 3.
Had to have both of those, and they put them in, and now you're feeling like you get a couple of stops here, come down, make some shots, be right there with it.
Shakira Barnes to throw in. Lubbock Christian watching behind her. They defeated St. Mary's 63-42 earlier today. They'll get the winner of this one. .18 to shoot, and Father got bumped. 2 free throws coming. Lexi Fothery, first attempts from the line today. 84% on the year. I can't stress enough what her return did to the St. Edwards team. Junior, but one of the definite leaders of this group. SFA transfer, 2nd year as a Hilltopper. 2 players were kicked off the St. Edwards team in mid-December, and they were a young group already. And they have come together as the months have progressed, culminating with this performance, perhaps 2-11 from going to the title game. Still Fort Smith ball, but the Lady Lions are down 10.
And having knocked off, if they win today, the 3 and the 2 seed, en route to facing the 1 seed. And if you're going to win the tournament, that's what you need to do when you're a lower seed. You have to go through those top teams from the regular season to earn your stripes.
When they won the tournament title 2 years ago, they were the 4th seed when only 4 teams made it. Not over yet. Holbert the 3, deficit down to 7.
Figure at this point, St. Ed's going to try to work all that clock they can. Dangerous pass there.
Fothery to the rim, got the roll. 15, or rather 14 for Fothery.
They're starting to sense it, though, on that St. Edward side.
Lewis Horton's keeping his timeout. Still 3 remaining. Bean from long range. Clark the board. 19 points, 12 rebounds for the junior. That is Fort Smith foul. St. Edwards can get it down to about 105 or so. Hilltoppers have never trailed. This could clinch it. Fothery for 3!
Fothery's hit big shots the first 2 games of the tournament. Lexi Fothery with another triple ball going in. It's her 4th of the game.
74-62, Jolly the foul. Well, they may have to have the slippers available just in case tomorrow. What a challenge, of course, for the St. Edwards team if they hold on. The #1 team in the nation in its way from a Cinderella run to the NCAAs.
No, they've had that threat from the point guard spot with Barnes, 15 points, 5 assists. Fothery from the outside with 15 points, and then Clark down low with 19.
They trap Jolly. And St. Edwards not turning it over against Fort Smith as they did. And the 2 previous meetings, 42 turnovers in their 2 losses in the regular season. They just have 7 turnovers here this afternoon.
Well,
Fort Smith not fouling.
And when you turn it over such few times that amplifies your possessions offensively and gives you way more than what you ordinarily would have if you're a team that has struggled with that throughout the season like St. Edwards. This one looks to be on lockdown for the Hilltoppers. What an improbable run for the 6th seed, up 11 with only a half a minute to go, and Shakira Barnes was the player we talked about in the intro coming in. She has played much better in terms of protecting the basketball here in this game than the opening round quarterfinal matchup when she had 9 turnovers.
And Keani Clark will check out to Embraces. You see on your screen on the sideline. What a game. 19 points, 11 boards, 5 assists. She had 7 points, but 17 rebounds Thursday night in their win.
They had to play a lot of big minutes in this one. They don't go deep. 7 players saw time in the first round win for St. Ed's.
What a challenge for Clark tomorrow. Even with Kellen Schneider out for Lubbock Christian. Huge size advantage down low for the Lady Chaparrals. But March brings stories like this. This team has grown up. They're up 13. They're 16 seconds away from a championship game appearance.
I have to like what they've done on the defensive side of it in these 2 games.
And there's Lewis Horton. 30 years, and he is Fort Smith women's basketball. And his father, he makes the jumper. All the best of luck to him. Says he's going to work on his golf game. But still, all the best to him and his wife, who's a longtime school administrator. It's going to be so odd next season watching the Lady Lions play and Lewis Horton not be on that bench. Followell short. This was St. Edwards Day. No seniors. Win or lose tomorrow. What an experience just to make it to the title game. They'll celebrate. St. Edwards on to the championship game. One versus 6 at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Can St. Edwards pull off the monumental upset? We'll find out tomorrow afternoon. The men's semis coming up. Another Fort Smith St. Edwards matchup will start it off, and that'll be followed by Dallas Baptist and Newman. Post-game press conferences to come. St. Edwards never trailed, and they defeat Fort Smith by 15 here in Tulsa.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect. Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
There's 3 here.
You go right there, I'll go right here. Here comes Salty. Move you, man. Here comes Salty. Oh, Jay. Oh, I got a cramp. Stretch it out, stretch it out. My hip. Let's do it. I don't know what to do. Okay. That's all right.
All right, we're here with St. Edwards. We'll start out with the introductions first. Right here, right in the middle, we have head coach J.J. Rule. To our far right, we have number 40, Lexi Fathery, and right next to her is number 33, Keani Clark. And right next to her, on the left of Coach Rule is number 13, Shakira Barnes. Coach Rule, if you'll just start us off with some comments about the game, and we'll go from there.
I mean, unbelievable. I think the kids played unbelievably hard. We had energy and enthusiasm that was off the charts. And they believed they were going to win. And I think in the end that was different. I think they did a great job executing the game plan. To have only 7 turnovers against that team and that pressure for 40 minutes was huge. And I do want to give we've preached us all year, and that's something that we're really passionate about. And that's our culture. And, you know, my assistant coach, Matt Miner, he deserves a huge shout out. He had the kids unbelievably prepared. We changed last minute our preparation process and what we do on the scout. And he was up until 3 o'clock in the morning and really had the kids this morning locked in and focused on the scout. And I think that was the difference on the defensive end. We really did a good job executing the personnel game plan that he put together for the team. So unbelievably proud. I mean, this is every team's goal, and it was obviously their goal dating back to late August. And like I said 2 days ago, they had nothing but obstacles and hurdles and adversity thrown in their path, and they never, ever once felt sorry for themselves. They never once let their past define them. They always stayed in the moment, and they deserve this right now. They deserve to get to play for the championship tomorrow. So just a great team win.
Thank you, Coach. And if you could, continuing on that, elaborate, what does this win, these 2 wins really mean for your program moving forward, an opportunity to play on ESPN3 tomorrow? What does this mean to St. Edwards basketball?
I hadn't even gotten that far. I've stayed in the moment with this and more about what it means for this team right here. But obviously, we're unbelievably honored to be able to represent the university and the conference in the championship game and have the opportunity to play on ESPN3 tomorrow. I think bigger than that, it's about these kids and them having that opportunity and them getting to shine a little light on what we're about in the culture of our program. So we're really excited for the opportunity.
Shakira, can you kind of talk about your game a little bit? Obviously, you're handling the ball quite a bit. Today you only had 3 turnovers, 7 assists, and the pressure that Fort Smith puts on you, just kind of your mindset through the game and how you handle that.
My mindset through the whole game was to back my team up, to have their back.
They always show like confidence in me. When I turn the ball over, they always pump me up to I got the next try. So totally my teammates, they pump me up. They keep my confidence going.
And also, if Lexi, if you can talk a little bit about playing almost Ironman basketball. Shakira played 40 minutes. Other players played 37 minutes, 33 minutes. The preparation that goes into that.
Well, we have these workouts that are soccer-filled workouts preseason, and they're probably the toughest workouts that we have. And I think that right there, learning how to push through being tired and you feel like you can't go anymore, that really prepares us. And JJ, Matt, all of our coaches do a great job. They never feel sorry for us. They're always pushing us. They're just always pushing us, and I think that helps us a lot. So
You're all juniors, but on the floor you're really the leaders. I know you have Ted as a senior, and she's a big part of your team, but obviously, today it was really on the three of you. Can you describe the process and kind of growing into that leadership role since on this team, because you're so young, you're really the veteran presence on the floor?
I think over the season we've learned to kind of step up in the moment. We're a young team, but everyone has each other's back. So junior, sophomore, freshman, it doesn't matter who you are. We know someone can step up in the moment, whether it's us or last game it was Bailey. I think everyone has the ability to step up. And like we said, it's us, it's a family, so we know anyone can do it in the moment.
You put out a pump-up video in the preseason that started with your loss to Fort Smith last year. The last time y'all beat Fort Smith was January 1st of last season. Especially for Lexi and Kiana and JJ, what does that mean to you to be able to get this win after 4 tries?
there's no other feeling like it. It feels so good. They always say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. So, we just came out ready. We were determined. Losing was not an option for us at all.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Whoa, put this down? Yeah, put that back down there, baby.
We have UA Fort Smith here. Let's do some introductions. First, we'll start out with head coach. Right in the middle is Coach Wharton. And to the right, far right of Coach Wharton is number 32, Jasmine Brainerd. And to the left of Coach Wharton is Dana Lewis. Coach, if you'll start us out with some comments about the game, and we'll go from there.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all the people that organized this tournament. It's really truly a championship event, and I think that you're going to see bigger crowds even than what you saw this year, and I think it's the right direction that the Heartland Conference is sending into. I think they've done a good job and glad to be a part of it. I would just like to pay tribute to our seniors. You know, we had back-to-back losing seasons, and we went out and recruited some junior college players that really didn't know a whole lot about UA Fort Smith. And they came in and bought into what we try to do, and they've won over 40 games now in 2 years and have just, you know, really started us back in the direction that we want to go. So I can't thank our seniors enough. There was 7 of them. They've been unselfish, you know, good times and bad times. But the thing I'd like to say is there's been 100 more good times than there's been one bad time. And so I don't think this loss should take anything away from their legacy. I think they've set the tradition back on its wheels and headed in the right direction. And then on my left over here is our only freshman on our team. And so she'll be able to, you know, these kids will look back at her to carry the mantle of Lady Lion tradition onward, and I think she's really capable of doing that. You know, the kids played their butts off today. They didn't start out too well, but then when we were just out of sync for whatever reason. You can't figure that one out. But, you know, they really competed hard, played hard. But when you shoot 30%, it's tough to win. And we've struggled with that, you know, most of this semester. You know, we've played well. We haven't shot the ball. And it's what I've told our kids, and I tell everybody, when you don't shoot the basketball well, every mistake that you make is magnified. You know, if you're shooting 50%, you may not know when somebody doesn't block out, or you may not notice when somebody doesn't rotate on defense. But if you're shooting 30% and try to win, everything's magnified. So when you go back and look at the film and you see how hard these kids compete, especially these 2 young ladies sitting up here with me today, then you're proud of your association with these kids. And so I think when they look back on the season, they're going to see that they had a fine season. That's what I've always asked our kids to do. Don't judge your season by one game or one play or one practice or one incident. You know, if you can look in the mirror, you can look back after your season's over and you can say, we played overall as well as we could play, then you've had a good season. I think these young ladies are going to be able to do that. I'm proud to be called their coach, and I think for somebody that just coached their last ball game, you know, I think I'll have a lot of memories with this group and how tough they were in a lot of tough times. But I guess I've rambled on here, and I don't know if I've answered your question or not, but it's a little bit emotional after 40 years coaching your last game.
Thank you, Coach, and continue to ramble if you wish, because, you know, we're blessed to be here with you. Jasmine, you've had a chance to be in the gym with him, and so if you can kind of elaborate on what it's been like to play for a coach like Coach Wharton.
Hard. He's more than just my coach, though. He really believes in me, so it's been a really great experience. I really enjoyed it. He's helped me grow, not just as a basketball player, but as a person. So I've loved it.
And Dana, as a freshman, obviously you've got 3 more years to play. Can you kind of talk about your experience this year as a freshman and how you're going to be able to grow on that in the next few years?
Well, I think it was pretty hard, too, being coached by Coach Horton. He's tough on me, but I'm grateful for this experience and for being here. He's not just my coach as well. He's helped me on and off the court, and I was grateful to spend this year here. It was a great opportunity. So,
Coach, we'd also, obviously, the conference would like to thank you for everything that you've done and brought to the game of basketball, not only to, you know, overall, but to the conference itself. So we really appreciate that. So.
Well, thank you. The game's given me far more than I've ever given the game. But it's been a great run. And, you know, I'm not dying or anything like that. I'm still going to be around. I'm still going to be at games. And, yes, I will be working on my golf game the first day that doesn't rain. But, you know, it's just hard to walk away from it because I've said this thousands of times. I've never went to work a day in my life. It's been a labor of love for the past 40 years, and I'm going to miss it. Thank you. Thank you, kid. Thank you. Jazz.